What's going on, everybody? This your boy, the Black Kakashi, and since it's almost the end of the year, I figured I might as well do, my top 10 games from each decade. Now, originally, I was gonna do top 10 games of all time from like the whole decade, but I did a lot of research, and there's a lot of fucking bangers in each year, bro. Like it's crazy how spoiled we were back in '09 and '10. Even before that too, to be honest. But we had a lot of freaking bangers. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do top 10 games from each decade, and depending on how things go, I might do top 10 games of the decade in general. I might just don't get your hopes up. I might do it. I might not. Depends on how things go. So, so if you don't see any of your favorites on this list, it's only because I haven't played it or I haven't beaten it. 9 times out of 10 is because I haven't beaten it. But while you're here, go ahead and leave a like, comment to let me know what your top 10 games of 2010 were, or to skip ahead, top 10 games from each decade. What's your favorite game of the decade? Leave a like, comment, share. So without further ado, let's get to it. Now, before I get into my list, that was the whole point of the introduction, was so I didn't have to do this again. But my honorable mentions for 2010 are Vanquish, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, and Transformers War for Cybertron. Now, my number 10 is Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm 2. Yes, I have an anime game as one of my favorite games of 2010. Don't be surprised, because a lot of them in the next couple years are gonna be animes. Gonna have a lot of anime in it. Cause I'm a big anime fan. You should already know this. If you don't, I'm a big anime fan. Anyway, this was the first Storm game I ever played. I remember on my 360. I'm still heavily deep in Naruto, but being an anime fan, deep in Naruto, I wanted to play all the Naruto games, because on the PS2 I played every single Naruto game except for Naruto Storm 3. Well, whatever that franchise was called, it was Ultimate Ninja. Yeah, I think that's what it's called, Ultimate Ninja. Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm. Oh, what? Y'all know what franchise I'm talking about? The one that's just part one Naruto, and then the other Naruto game, Tales of Naruto Uzumaki or something like that. But that's like during the Sasuke retrieval arc. But anyway, I never played Rise of the Ninja or that other Naruto game that was on the 360. So I was fiending for a Naruto game. So I played the demo of Storm 2 on my 360, and it was the Naruto and Sakura versus Kakashi fight. During the beginning of Naruto Shippuden, before Gaara got kidnapped. And boy, was I freaking blown away with the cutscenes and the fight, the animation, bruh. It's still one of my favorite Storm games besides, Storm 4. Like, the animation and the boss fights of these games are so top tier, bruh. This game is the only reason why I 100% every single Storm game, just because of how great this game is. Like from the boss battles, the story, like everything about this game is so amazing, bruh. Like if you ask anybody what's their favorite Storm game, well, obviously they'll say Storm 4 because it's the most beautiful and has top tier animation as well. But the real ones will say, Storm 2. It's my all time favorite as well. But just man, this game is so freaking amazing, bro. Like it's just really good. If you haven't played it, you can pick it up for like $20. Like the Storm Legacy Collection is like $20-something. I got it on a deal for like $4 or $5 during like Black Friday, like years ago, on my Xbox. But if you haven't played them, look up gameplay or just see it from the screen right now, and you'll see how amazing this is. One of the top tier Naruto games to ever come out, and will always be one of my favorite. Number 9, Battlefield Bad Company 2. Mainly Battlefield's best series in my opinion. Because the Battlefield series is I wouldn't say it's been dying, but it's kind of been having like its ups and downs. Like Battlefield, they were dropping bangers after bangers. Battlefield 1, or the original Battlefield, 1942 or whatever year it was. Then Battlefield 2, then Battlefield 3, or before Battlefield 3 was Battlefield 1 or Bad Company 1, then Bad Company 2, then Battlefield 3, then Battlefield 4, Battlefield Hardline, Battlefield 1, and then Battlefield 5. Like the Battlefield has kind of been like up and down with it. It's still being competed against, Call of Duty and Halo and stuff, but people will still pick Call of Duty over Battlefield sometimes, but it's vice versa too. But anyway, I got this game on launch. Like I played the first game first, like back when, like Battlefield Bad Company is like one of the most slept on games. FPS games. Like it has the best. It's the reason why Battlefield is as big as it is today. Like from the story, like this was the first Battlefield game where it actually had a good damn story, because nobody cares about the story with Battlefield. It's mostly just multiplayer. That's where they shine at. From the destructive environments, you can blow up anything. You could. Well, they doubled it in the second game, because in the first game you could do that too, but in the second one, it got better. Like you could practically blow up anything. You can blow up cars, buildings, and I forgot, they were the first to introduce the whole destroying a building mechanism. Like if you blow up a freaking, I don't know, a 2-3 story building, it'll all come down. If you just focus on it too long, it'll do that. It was the first to introduce all of that. The graphics are beautiful. Everything about the game is just so amazing, from storytelling, multiplayer. It's still one of the most popular Battlefield games to even come out. Like Battlefield 1 might have, got real popular and brought Battlefield back, but Bad Company 2 was the one that made Battlefield what it is today. It's one of the top tier Battlefield games and will always be top tier just because of how great it is. And if you're lucky enough, you can still find people playing it online right now. I mean, I know it was a couple months ago, but I hopped on it. I hopped on it when they first announced it for backwards compatibility on the 360. Not 360, Xbox One. And they still had some people playing. And I was playing that bitch too, because like that's the only good thing about Xbox One right now, is the backwards compatibility. You trash when backwards compatibility is the only thing that's keeping your stuff still alive. Anyway, number 8, Mafia 2. Now this is another game where I played the sequel first, and then I never even played the first one, to be honest. But I borrowed it from one of my friends during high school. He let me borrow it, and bro, I love this freaking game. This game was like, I would say it's better than GTA, to be honest. I would say Mafia 2 is better than GTA. I would pick Mafia 2 over GTA 5. I wouldn't pick Mafia 2 over any other GTA game, just GTA 5, because I personally have a vendetta against GTA 5. But I wouldn't pick it over GTA 4. Yeah, just get that out of the way. That's my all-time favorite Grand Theft Auto game. Mafia 2, man, it's just another great game from the 2K series, bruh. Like 2K, they were hungry back in the day. They were dropping bangers. Like, but now these niggas is trash. That's a lot of that's if you look at what's going on with the gaming industry now. A lot of the companies that are in business right now, we helped them get there because of all the bangers they dropped. You go back to like 2009 and look at all the bangers that EA, Activision, Take-Two, 2K, Bethesda, everybody you know in the gaming industry right now, look back at their hits and look at them now, and you'll see how much of a downfall it's become. It's because they got greedy, man. They like they got to the point where, I'm sorry for rambling, I'm sorry for sidetracking, but let me get this out real quick. They got too cocky. They got too comfortable because they've been dropping bangers for like yearly, bro. They drop bangers yearly. So we gave them the confidence that, hey man, they've been dropping bangers year after year. So obviously they're gonna drop a banger this year. So let's just go ahead and give them the benefit of the doubt. And they got away with that. Like, there's a lot of sneaky shit that they experimented with and got away, like with 2K. I promise I'm gonna finish it. The 2K crap, VC. They introduced that in 2K13. Now 2K13, it was an experiment before they really took off with it. But I didn't really pay that much attention to the VC anyway. I mean, like I'm knee deep in 2K. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. I'm a 2K vet. I know I haven't played 2K since 2K14, but I'm still a 2K vet. I grind the fuck out of my characters, bro. But I did all of that without, buying no VC and all that, because, hard work pays off instead of, the quick way. But, they experimented with that. There's a lot of stuff that the gaming industry experiments with, and then they take off with it, just because, people, they're fools, like an anime villain. You fool. Anyway, let me stop talking about that and get back to Mafia 2. I might have to leave an annotation because of a sidetrack I got of it, but don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Back to Mafia 2. Like, everything, like, this game is like so amazing. It's set in what is it set in? Like the 60s, the 70s, whatever. During the mob era, the prime mob era, back in Mafia days. It was set in the prime era that you play as Vito Scaletta, who sorry about that, I was checking my phone. You play as Vito Scaletta, war vet, coming home from the war, and he's hanging out with his friends, his best friend, stuttering and shit. You play as Vito Scaletta. You come back home from the war. You get put on with your mob boys. You do it's open world. Like, that was like one of the first games I ever 100%ed. Well, not even the first, to be honest. One of the first open world games that I 100%ed. Because, like, when it comes to open world games, I really don't like 100%ing like certain ones. But, like, I'm a real deal dude when it comes to 100% games. Anyway, I remember playing the demo. Of it. It's the part where his best friend and the guy that's a cop, they're scoping out the place, and you shooting through the window with the Tommy gun, and then you go into the basement, the warehouse, and you shooting the niggas up and stuff. That mission, and I was like, bruh, I love this freaking game. I'm gonna have to play it, bruh. And eventually I did get to play it, and I loved every single moment of it. Mafia is like a slept-on franchise. It deserves the respect and love that it gets from the world today because of how great the second game was. Like, Mafia 3 wasn't as good as Mafia 2, but it was still a great game. Like, even looking back on it now, it was still good. Story-wise, it was good. It was just a repeat of the same mechanics and stuff. That's the only negative about it. But overall, it was still a good game. It had a great story, great moments, and all that. And back to Mafia 2. Like, every single mission was great. Like, every single mission, every single weapon, fighting styles, all that stuff, bruh. Like, everything about these games was so amazing. Like, it'll always be topped. Number 7, Call of Duty Black Ops. the first one. Now this is one of my all-time favorite Call of Duties out of the whole franchise. Like it's in my top 3. Like that's how good it was. It was one of the first Call of Duty games where I got real serious with multiplayer wise with Call of Duty, because I played Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer and I didn't really play it that much. I didn't really play it that much because I mean, like that's why I met my friends. But that's how I became friends with my niggas today. I didn't really play it that much, but they did, because I played it during like I don't want to say prime era of it, but like towards the end of it, I guess you can say. Like I wasn't really focused on Modern Warfare 2. I was more focused on like Halo and Battlefield and stuff. Like that's where my attention was at, because I didn't really play Modern Warfare 2 that much. But I did Prestige a couple times, so I guess you can say I did play a good amount. But Black Ops 1, I played that game religious. I think Black Ops 2, I mean not 2. Well, 2 really, but Black Ops 1 is like one of the first games where I max prestige. Like I've prestiged in that game so many freaking times. Like that was the first time I prestiged like over 10 times. Like you want to talk about prestiging? I was prestiging like a mug in that damn game. That and Black Ops 2, I was like, from the story was so amazing too. It's set during the Vietnam War. You had Ice Cube being one of the voice actors. Like the story is freaking good, bro. Like I loved every single moment of the story. Like when it comes to Call of Duty, story is like my top priority when it comes to the Call of Duty games, because when I was coming up in the gaming, I didn't have multiplayer. Multiplayer wasn't really a primary objective for me. So I guess you can say I've been solo my whole life. So that's why most of the time I don't have problems, being solo, just being by myself and playing like, single player games and stuff. That's why I don't really have a problem with it. It don't have anything to do with, like, I don't want to talk to anybody or anything. It's just, that's just how I came up, bro. That's just how I came up. I've been playing single player games since I was young. So, but yeah, Call of Duty. When it comes to Call of Duty, single player is more important to me than multiplayer. But multiplayer did become a big necessity when I played Black Ops 1. Like I remember, like we used to play tons of hours in Call of Duty, bro. Black Ops, man. We used to play tons of multiplayer hours, man. We used to play gun game was one of my favorite things to play, because like I had so much money, I was at such a high prestige that I would just have fun in gun game, bro. Like I literally would just knife people all day. Like before that YouTuber did all that knifing stuff. I don't want to say I did it before him, but I watched one of his videos and I was like, I'm gonna start doing that. Like I was knife people all the time. My friends used to hate it when I do that, bro. They used to run from me on purpose. They would shoot me on purpose. They just hide from me, bro. It was like so funny. Like I would just knife people the whole time and they get mad every single time. Like that was like one of my favorite things to do in gun game, just knife everybody. And we used to play zombies like hours, bro. Call of Duty Black Ops 1 is the only zombies I like, to be honest, because I don't like the zombies in Black Ops 2, and I didn't really play zombies in Black Ops 3 or 4, but Black Ops 1 is the best zombies. I mean, probably Call of Duty World War 2 or whatever. Not 2, 1, the first one. That one was the start of the zombies, but I never played World at War, so I played Black Ops 1, so that's why Black Ops 1 is my favorite when it comes to zombies. Like, all the Easter egg music in it as well. Like, I was the only one that knew how to find this stuff, because I looked it up. Like, every time we play zombies, I go find the Easter eggs and stuff and just play the music. And we be going off. Black Ops. Man, you will be missed. And it's backwards compatible too, so I play that every chance I get. But I don't really play it that much. Number 6, NBA 2K11. Yes, finally, from talking about 2K, we get to 2K. 2K11, one of one of the best 2K games to ever come out. It was the start of the Jordan era. This is when Jordan finally got put on the 2K covers because he's the GOAT, obviously. Like right after Kobe, they put Jordan on there for 3 years in a row. Or really, yeah, 2K11, 2K12, and yeah, just 2K11, 2K12. But he did have one for 2K13, I think. Anyway, no, not really. Just 2K11 and 2K12. One of the first 2K games I ever played, well, owned, because I remember I played 2K. Is it 2K8 or 2K9? Whichever one it was that Ben Wallace on the cover. That's the one. That's the first 2K game I ever played. I played it on my brother's PlayStation. But I played 2K11 on my 360. Like my friends were already playing 2K11 at the time, and I wasn't really like trying to play it that much. So when they told me to play it, I finally played it, and it made me addicted to 2K, bro. 2K11 was the reason why I loved basketball more, and I loved basketball games more, to be honest. Like I played NBA Live, I played the lives when I was younger, and all those other games. But 2K11 is what really made me, really made me fall in love with basketball, man. Like just playing with my friends all the time, man. It just brings back good memories. And the soundtrack, man, the soundtrack is beautiful. It's still one of the best soundtracks in basketball history, and can't be beat. Like there's many songs you can name right now that you would say you love right now, and it can't be touched. Like from Symphony, even Game Time by Cassidy, like Blow Your Whistle. There's a lot of freaking great songs. And My Career, 2K, man, 2K. Oh, how the great gods have fell. How the great gods have fell. I don't think they'll ever reach 2K11 again. But it was a great experience while it lasted. Number 5, Red Dead Redemption. The first one. Obviously the first one because it's 2010. Another game that I didn't really want to play until my friends recommended it to me because they was playing it too. Most of the time we would buy games at the same time. Like if one friend had it, then me and another friend would go buy it. And if we had it, they go buy it. And it's a whole circle. One of us had it, we all had it. It was just like that. That's basically how it is when you gaming with your friends. If they got it, you gotta have it too. And you only have fun with them. But one of Rockstar's greatest games in their catalog, set in the golden age, was set at the end of the Wild Wild West era. Well, the cowboy era, outlaw era, whatever you want to call it. During that era, it was set in that area towards the end. You play as John Marston. You gotta kill your old crew because they kidnap your family, and you get screwed over at the end, just like regular government does. It's like so revolutionary because of how great of a story it was and how the mechanics are. Like most of the mechanics you see in Rockstar games, like it's mostly like an experiment. Like with Max Payne 3, they were the first to have that whole, the mechanics that you see now in today's like Rockstar games. They were the first to introduce that stuff. Like that's how it be with like companies. Even Telltale does it. Rockstar, everybody does it. They experiment with it. They experiment a new mechanic with a game. And then if it's really good, they'll keep that mechanic for the future games. I remember all the fun times I had on Red Dead, man. It's easily one of the best games to come out in 2010. And, well, at least number 2 in my opinion. But it ain't my number 2 because I played other games that I've enjoyed more than Red Dead. And I know that's saying a lot, but trust me, I have. And you probably won't believe it if I pick these games over Red Dead, but this is my opinion and not yours. You got your opinions, I got mine. Overall, man, I just really loved Red Dead Redemption for what it was. And I haven't really beaten Red Dead 2, and I probably never will, because I'm like at chapter 8 or chapter 10 or 12, one of those chapters. But I literally have no motivation to go back and play it, to be honest. I'm not saying I wasted my money buying it, but I would have probably bought it at a lower price. I mean, I'm not saying it's a bad game or anything, but I guess for the people that beat it, they say it's too damn long. And I guess I kind of agree with them on that. Because it is long. Like I only know like two things. I only know one thing that's happened so far. Dutch betrays you, and that's it. I already know that Dutch betrays you because niggas on Twitter. But yeah. But that's nothing new. Dutch betrayed John, so ain't nothing new. But Red Dead Redemption, man, great game. Number 4, Halo Reach. Chook. Halo Reach, man, the first Halo game I ever played multiplayer wise, and it's my all-time favorite Halo game. That's literally the only Halo game I'll go back and play right now. It is like so great, man. Like it's where the top tier GOATs were made. It's where the Halo gods were made. I mean, Halo 3 was where you were crowned the king of Halo, but Halo Reach was my crown, my baby. If you want to see me with the hands, you saw me in Halo Reach. I mean, I could see you in Halo 3 too. Trust me, bro. I was a Halo god back in the day, bro. Like when me and my crew was running it, bro, we was freaking beasting, bro. We was beasting. Halo 3, Halo Reach, ODST, name a Halo, and we was beasting in it. Halo is like one of my all-time favorite shooters, first-person shooters. I choose Halo over Call of Duty and Battlefield any day. Any day. That's how much I love this franchise. It was one of the first multiplayer. It was one of the first FPS games I ever played. Halo Combat Evolved is what I'm talking about. It's one of my favorites, man. From the story of Reach, the Noble Team 6, the last Spartans before the great John, great Master Chief. Their story was tragic. It was sad. Cried every moment when certain characters died. Your character went out like a boss, like a GOAT. But multiplayer is where it really shined, man. It had all the fun stuff from SWAT, Team Slayer, Big Team Slayer. One of my favorite games to play was the dodgeball game. Well, it wasn't dodgeball, but it was like Rocket League, I guess you can say. Not Rocket League, football, but kind of like Rocket League, capture the flag type-ish, but not really. It's the game where you hit each other with the hammers. And it was so fun doing it, bro. Just beating each other with the hammers and trying to run to the freaking other side to the goal. Well, I guess you can kind of say it is like Rocket League. Rocket League took inspiration from that, I guess you can say. One of the funniest things to do was to betray your teammates. It's funnier when it's accidental, but I used to do it on purpose because we were just having fun in that mode, bro. It's like one of the best. It was like one of my favorite modes. Because you could get a crap load of XP, and you're just having fun, just hitting each other. Like even people do this now, but people on your team would hit you because they are friends with the other people on the other team, and they would help them to win the game, and that's like freaking cheating. Because I used to do this shit too. I used to beat them niggas up too. I used to beat them up all the time, and that was so fun. Halo Reach, man, just one of the greatest Halo games in my opinion. Always will be the best. And if you never played it, you can either get it backwards compatible because it is backwards compatible on the Xbox One, or you can get the Halo Master Chief Edition. If you already own it, then you get a free update with it. But if you want to play the story, you gotta pay like $9-10 for it. So yeah, I think I just stick to backwards compatibility, even though I want to buy it. But if they sold it separately, I'd definitely get it to keep it a buck. Anyway, number 3, God of War 3, the final game, the final Olympus game of Kratos' story. If you haven't watched, if you're new to my channel, I'm actually doing a playthrough of God of War 3 right now on Chaos Mode. It's a pain in the ass, but I know you'll enjoy it because if you look up God of War 3 Chaos Mode, you see niggas being top tier with it, beating them with no damage and all that stuff. Me, I ain't doing none of that. I'm getting the fucking business. I mean, I'm watching their videos to get a little hints, but I'm still getting the fucking business. But I'm still getting the job done, and that's all that matters. This game was the game that made God of War even bigger. Well, a bigger franchise than it is today. Like, the other two games were really great. I still haven't played them because PlayStation Network is trash. Well, not PlayStation Network, but my internet is trash, and I can't really play them because my internet is freaking trash. Because PlayStation Now, their stuff, you can stream or download the game, like kind of like a Netflix thing, but Netflix ain't like that, bruh. Netflix will accept you for who you are. If you got a trash internet, you'll be trash, but your internet will get better but as time goes on. PlayStation Now, they'll treat you like dirty. They say you can't play the game. Like, your bandwidth is trash, so you can't play it. And if you can't play it, you gotta download it. And if you want to play a game that can't be downloaded, sucks for you. You just gonna have to take that L. that's literally what it's like. That's why it's $10 right now, because it's downloadable. I remember the price used to be like 20 something, 30 something, like 20 something dollars, because I think it was just streaming at the time. It was just streaming, but they changed all of that. But anyway, God of War 3, one of the best. This is Kratos at his prime. He's getting ready to finish his vengeance, kill all the gods. One of the best games to ever come out in the PS3 era. I played it on the PS4, but the game came out in 2010, so yeah. I mean, I could cheat and just put it in another year, but we ain't gonna do that. We just gonna include it here. One of the great games to ever come out in the PS3. It's one of the best hack and slash games to come out. It's story is short, but boss fights are really good. The Poseidon fight is really great. If you playing this game on I'm back to Chaos Mode for a second. Chaos Mode is a freaking pain in the ass. The parts that are so easy on any other, the easiest parts turn into freaking hard parts, bro. Like the boss battles ain't nothing compared to the other stuff in the game. Like, it's ridiculous. It's freaking ridiculous how hard this is. Like, I'm not even capping right now. It's that damn hard. I'm not even lying. It's that ridiculous. You'll see if you haven't watched my videos. You'll see. You can even look it up or experience it yourself. But it's a pain in the ass. Anyway, great game, great story. Kratos is the GOAT. And yeah. I don't even know what to say. Number 2, Alan Wake. One of the first horror games I ever played, and it came out the same day as Red Dead Redemption, and I chose Red Dead Redemption. No, I did. No, I didn't. I chose Alan Wake over Red Dead Redemption. I bought that on day 1, and I bought Red Dead Redemption year 2 or year 1, whatever year it was, when it was like $24, $25. I bought that. I loved it. Loved the story, the mechanics, and it's one of the main reasons why I'm a Remedy fan to this day. Like, I never played the Max Payne games. I mean, I did play one, but that was when I was like real young, and I didn't even get that far into the game. So yeah, I guess Alan Wake is the first Remedy game I ever played and beat and loved, and I wouldn't really want to call it a cult classic anymore, because niggas in the streets, they've been fiending for that Alan Wake 2. The streets been waiting. The streets is watching, B. And they've been making some moves. And if they make it a PlayStation exclusive, PS5 already got my attention. If they get an exclusive on the PlayStation, then I'm choosing PlayStation over Xbox once again. This will be 2 years in a row where I'll buy, or 2 gaming generations in a row where I'll pick PlayStation over Xbox. I mean, even if it's not an exclusive on that, I'll still get a PlayStation 5. So PlayStation 5 already has my attention. So there's nothing else they could change unless they make it a exclusive on Xbox. A psychological thriller, one of my all-time favorite games. If you've seen my my top 10 games of all time, Alan Wake is definitely on that list as well. And if you haven't, I'll leave an annotation in the video. Or you can just find, or you can just click on my channel and find it. But you know, some people don't wanna. That's too much work. They rather just see it pop up right there. Anyway, one of my all-time favorite games. I love this game. I just finished beating it again. Like I've been playing it for I've been playing it again. Like I play the game almost every year whenever I get a chance to. Like that's literally how great this game is. I freaking love it. That's how great it is. And I'll probably play it again. They even have gameplay sequel to the second one, bro. And they canceled that. They chose Quantum Break and Control over that. I was like, bro, y'all tripping, bro. Microsoft, y'all tripping. Y'all don't want these niggas to eat no more, bro. Y'all don't want Remedy to eat. Y'all just holding them back. But forget all that. Let's get on to my number one, which is Mass Effect 2. One of the greatest games ever. That's in my top 10 gaming list as well. I think it's my number one too. It's my number one in 2010. This is my number one of all time. That's literally how great this game is, man. From the storytelling, the world, everything about this game is so amazing, bro. I don't even need to describe how great this game is. That's literally how great Mass Effect is. And if you don't believe me, look up the gameplay yourself. Play the games yourself. Anything. Just look up how great Mass Effect was. You can even find videos talking about Mass Effect, like how great it was. And there's videos, you know, looking back at Mass Effect. Matter of fact, I just did a video on looking back at Mass Effect. If you haven't watched that, I'll leave an annotation in the video as well. Check that out as well as I talk about how great Mass Effect was, because N7 just passed like last month. So, you know, if you're a Mass Effect fan, go ahead and check that out. And leave a like and comment about what you love about Mass Effect. You know, a lot of the games I've played, I borrowed from friends. Like most of the games on this list, well, not even most of the games, but I'd say like about two or three of them. So just Mass Effect and Mafia. Those are the only two games I borrowed. And yeah, those are the only two games I borrowed from friends and played them. And that's funny because they come out to be one of my favorite games ever. You know, storytelling. Everything about Mass Effect is amazing. It's one of the greatest gaming trilogies in history. And there's nothing. It's just like it's the Dark Knight of gaming. Let's just say that. The first one is good, but okay. Let's see. Would that be a good annotation? Analogy, comparison? Because people love Batman Begins more than The Dark Knight. Some people like the first one more than the second one. Some people like the second one more than the first one. And then the third one is like a mix. Yeah, I guess you can say that. Because some people like Mass Effect 1 over Mass Effect 2. Some people like Mass Effect 2 over all three. And some people hate the third one, and some people like the third one. I'm one of the ones that like the third one. So yeah, I like all three of the Dark Knight movies. I like all three of the Dark Knight trilogy movies. Dark Knight's my favorite. Then Batman Begins, and Dark Knight Rises. Anyway, it's one of the all-time greatest games ever. If you haven't played it, please do, because you're missing out on such a great game. It's almost the end of the decade. Come on, live a little. And that's all I gotta say for y'all. If you liked what you saw, hit the like button. Let me know what your top 10 games were from 2010. And I'll be posting my 2011 top 10 soon. So, thank you for watching the video. And I'll see you later.
What is competition? It's some common bitch and not. It's just a lot of victims slaughter to my composition. Nigga, I was on a mission, living in Nevada, hottest saunas, eating chili pepper.